Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be going over this week's slate of NFL games and predicting who's going to come out on top in each game. Before we get started though, please drop a quick like and a sub on today's video. It would really help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate that. With that said, let's dive right into the video and I hope you enjoy. Let's dive right in here. Week 6 game picks. Here we go. First game, we have Dolphins and the Jags. This is going to be in London. It's going to be the first game on that Sunday. Hopefully Tua Tagovailoa is back for the Miami Dolphins, but although, the Dolphins had a really rough game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Jags offense is nowhere near anything close to what that Bucs offense is capable of. In fact, the Jags had a really rough outing against the Titans. The Titans were really able to be productive against them, losing 37-19. And I know that the Dolphins lost pretty big. But if they get Tua back, that offense showed signs of life last week against Tampa Bay, especially in the first half. They were able to stay with the Bucs for large parts of that first half. It was really that second quarter that really just shot them. But I think the Dolphins, with Tua back, and with the run game looking a little bit better, and the ability to use the running backs in the pass game, Myles Gaskin, massive week last week. I'll be doing a video on him later in the week, breaking down some of his film. But I think the Dolphins will have this one. Now we've got the Chargers and the Ravens, and these are two pretty hot teams to start the season. I really liked what the Chargers were able to do, though, last week, beating a very good Cleveland Browns team in an absolute thriller. I think coming off that win, they're going to be as high as ever, and I think that they're going to have a really good chance to beat this Ravens team. Now we've got the Texans and the Colts. I thought that both teams put up a pretty good effort. I mean, at least the Texans, they put up a pretty good effort last week. In their loss to New England. They were up for large portions of that game, but at the end of the day, weren't able to really come through. And the Colts, they had a matchup with the Ravens, and I think that they're going to be able to come out on top. They're just a more talented team. The Texans, I think, especially with that Colts defense, their ability to get to the quarterback and their ability to bring pressure, they got to bring pressure on that Texans offense, and I think that they're going to be able to do that, and their defense is going to be able to hold up. So I like them over the Texans. Now we've got the Raiders and the Broncos. The Broncos did lose to the Steelers last week, and I know that the Raiders weren't able to keep up with the Bears, but at the same time, these are two teams coming off some big losses. Derek Carr got banged up in that game against them for the Raiders. So this is a tough matchup. I think this is a matchup where whoever gets the win in this matchup is going to have a real head start for the rest of the season. And I'm going to honestly take the Broncos this one as the home team. I like what they're able to do defensively. I like their defense a little bit more than the Raiders. Plus, their running game has been solid. At times to start the season. I think that if they play complementary football, they'll be able to get the win against the Raiders. Now we've got Tennessee, who came off a massive win against the Buffalo Bills, and we've got the Bills, who came off a matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. For me, the main thing here is the Bills' ability to stop the run. So far this season, for most of the games, they've really been able to stop the run. And with Tennessee being predominantly a run-heavy team centered around Derrick Henry, I like the Bills' defensive scheme and their strengths matching up against the Tennessee Titans' offensive strengths. So I'm going to take the Bills, even with the away team in this one. Now we've got the Chiefs and the Washington football team. Washington's coming off a tough loss against the Saints last week. Alvin Kamara was able to do a lot of damage to that defense, and I like what the Chiefs are able to do. They're consistently the best offense in the NFL week in and week out. And sure, there are other offenses that are up there. The Rams, the Bucs, those are all really good offenses. But the Chiefs, week in and week out, are going to be able to burn what was thought to be a really good Washington football team defense starting the year, but hasn't really turned out to be as dominant as they were last year. But I like the Chiefs in this one. I think that's pretty much the favorite, and I think that's whoever's going to win. This next game is a big one for the Lions. They lost a heartbreaker against their division rivals, the Vikings, last week. Dan Campbell was not happy about that. And the Bengals lost a stunner against, the Packers. They were in that game. I think this is a crucial game for this Lions team. They need to get a win. And it's not even a win for them to get into the playoff picture or the playoff race. They're not going to be a playoff team, but this is a team that needs some confidence. However, I still don't think that they're going to be able to do that against the Bengals team that has been playing really good football. Can we give the Bengals some love here? They're looking like a really good football team. I know they lost last week, but Burrow has been playing fantastically. Jamar Chase has been a true elite receiver. The run game's been good. The defense has been a lot better. I like what Trey Hendrickson is bringing to the table, pass rushing wise. I like what the secondary's been able to do. Overall, this is a much improved team, and with Joe Burrow, I really like what they're capable of, and I think that they'll be able to beat the Lions. Now we've got the Cardinals and the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, oh my God, coming off a massive loss to the Chargers. A really tight game, tightly contested game. They couldn't end up getting the win, couldn't pull it out. The Cardinals are coming off another win. They're the first 5-0 team in the league. And the first and only undefeated team in the league right now. They beat the 49ers last week in a solid, tightly contested battle that ended 17-10. To be honest, I like the Browns on this one. I think that they're the perfect team to beat the Cardinals. Both teams have had some really good moments to start the season. The Browns obviously less so as they enter this week with a 3-2 record, but I still really like them over, especially their running game and what Nick Chubb was able to do last week for them really pound the ball a lot and really be productive on the ground. I honestly think I don't know if they have the advantage against the Cardinals, but I like them in this one. Now we've got the Cowboys and the Patriots. I'm gonna cut to the chase here. The Cowboys are looking like a really good football team. Defensively, they still have problems, but offensively, they're putting up a lot of points, and they're putting them in a hurry. They're the league's best run team. They look absolutely phenomenal and deadly through the air. No one can stop them defensively. So I mean, come on. It's got to be the Cowboys in this one. Now we've got the Seahawks and the Steelers. This is a really interesting matchup, especially with, no Russell Wilson, but the Pittsburgh Steelers were able to pull out the win against a very good Broncos team last week. However, I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one. I have the confidence in Geno Smith, especially after watching him last week. He looked really good. Yes, he threw an interception. That's because his receiver stumbled and fell down and blew out his leg. But at the end of the day, I think Geno Smith can get a few wins for this team. Pittsburgh is not a particularly dominant football team to start the year. I think that they've really been off to a rough start. They're 2-3, which is honestly, I think, better than what they actually are. Honestly, Seahawks in this one, they might take the win. We've got Thursday Night Football here. We've got the Bucs and the Eagles. Jalen Hurts has had a great start to the season, but I'm sorry, that Bucs team is rolling. They're grooving. I mean, they absolutely steamrolled the Dolphins last week. They'll steamroll the Eagles. That defense just isn't good enough to handle that Bucs offense. Now we've got the Rams and the Giants. The Giants got really banged up last week against the Dallas Cowboys. Saquon got injured. Daniel Jones got injured for a little bit. So the Rams, I mean, they have a very easy schedule over the next few weeks, and they're already 4-1. They're coming off some really nice wins. A really big win against Seattle last week. Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. It's looking really deadly, and their running game's coming together too. So I think that I'll take the Rams in this one. Now this is a really good matchup. The Panthers have been absolutely fantastic to start the year. They are 3-2, but they've been really, really solid to start the year. And the Vikings haven't had the best start. I mean, they've been up and down at the end of the day. However, the Panthers' defense has been really, really lights out, and without Dalvin Cook fully 100% healthy, I think that Vikings offense lacks a ton of that potential. So I'm gonna take the Panthers in this one. I like their defense. I like what Sam Darnold's been able to do. Maybe they get CMC back, but DJ Moore, Sam Darnold, that offense is cooking, and the defense has been really good too. Now we've got the Packers and the Bears, the last game of the week, and this is going to be the Packers for me. The Packers, they looked pretty good last week. Yeah, sure, they won in overtime. Mason Crosby missed a few field goals. But if they tighten things up, they're going to be able to absolutely cruise through a Bears team that has not been very sharp to start the year. And that honestly worries me as a team in that NFC North. And that I don't really think is going to have any long-term success this season. So with that said, those are my game picks for this week. Do you agree with them? Why or why not? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, see ya. And with that said, that's pretty much going to end the video for today. Did you agree with my analysis? Why or why not? Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you're new around here, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, see ya.